Welcome to First Takes, where we talk and sometimes complain about filmmaking. Hope you enjoy the ride and don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. It's amazing how we were saying that the superhero genre was just dying a few months back, and now we're just seeing two of the most renowned superheroes or superhero teams ever be the highlight of the month. And both franchises are extremely similar. If you notice, Fantastic Four was one of the first superhero teams in Marvel, and Superman is, well, Superman. And it really feels like this time Marvel and DC just arranged a deal and said that they were going to use kind of the same formula to make a movie about one of the most important superheroes of their own franchises. Imagine this, we could have had a Barbenheimer, but with DC and Marvel, it would have been amazing. And well, yeah, we didn't have it, but still, it's a super good idea to just have July full of superheroes. Being honest, I was already super disappointed on these types of films. I just gave up a few months back and I was just doing my own thing, searching for good films. I don't know, the typical person who goes and sees what A24 film is going to be on cinema soon and just picks a scheduled date in an hour and just goes. But who would have thought? I mean, these two superheroes or superhero teams have always had like bad reputation in cinema. I mean, Fantastic Four, it's kind of my childhood, like dirty pleasure. I mean, like the movies were very fun, more funny than fun actually, but they weren't good. And this one, it's super different. And what I mean is that both are using the same formula. I am saying that both have like a vintage vibe and created their own world that has full of potential of other franchises just coming and feeding of it because they're super intricate, and Fantastic Four didn't disappoint in that manner. Without going further into information, it's just like someone actually put an effort for a lot of years, or well, at least months, to just make a good film. Because there's a lot of intricacy in just creating a world that's not just something that can be done in like a few months with just like a small team. Now it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. Let's look at the colors, for example. The movie is full of blues, but not like those like not saturated blues. These blues are actually very well saturated, and it defines not only their attire when they are dressed as superheroes, but also when they are showing at like basically anywhere. And the sound, I felt that it had like some vintagey vibe. I don't know if it was just like the imagery and everything that made it like also appear as if it was being vintage, but even the sound. It's not the first time that you will see that mix of very vintage style and something very futuristic, but like sci-fi. That sci-fi that you actually read on books. No, this is not the first time, but it's super well done. In Spider-Man, and Sam Raimi fans will notice, but there are some things that hint at that tone of the original Spider-Man films. Now, this film goes to the more difficult road of just like going straight to the point in action and a lot of information, but they don't hide that in just a lot of scenes. It's rather a very quick exposition of everything that you need to know in just about 10 to 15 minutes of screen time. And the film doesn't over explain everything, even though it has a lot of sci-fi and difficult topics that may be difficult to understand for regular audiences. And the special effects, thanks Marvel. I know that there were very difficult things to manage, but at least the most difficult ones, or at least in my opinion, were very well done. It's not just like a scrapbook CGI, it's actually full of effects, full of tones, full of brightness, of textures, everything. And thankfully, each character has its own importance in the story. It's not just for like filling it up like a quota of people or characters who are supposed to appear so people can just cheer up by just looking at a character on screen. No, everyone does fulfill a role. And the tone, I'm very surprised that Marvel doesn't feel like Marvel with this one. It feels like another thing. It feels like one of those blockbuster films that has a lot of production inside, of course, and maybe a super well renowned a producer and director, and even a screenwriter, but this is Marvel still. And this is another story that has a high potential of being something that will attract audiences because the plot is not just like something very simple. It actually shows that the task to be done by the heroes is very difficult to manage and to make. And I love that critics this year are having the chance to see the film, and there are no like random spoilers or screenings or maybe imagery or messages that just spoil you the fun of going to the cinema. And last, if it wasn't enough, the movie is not super long. Like it's good and it's even short for like the standards of today's industry. And it does manage to show a lot of danger in hand for the characters. I'm really thankful for what they did. It's not that it's a good film. I feel that it's like you should be thankful if you're a Marvel fan because this movie is done with care. I don't know if this is true, but I feel like Kevin Feige planned the plot, or I don't know if he already had the script in hand a lot of years back, and maybe everything led to this, but there was no clarity with the other films. Maybe they thought that it was just enough with having a good plot and a lot of strings that led to that straight moment in which the film just like popped in color. It didn't work, we already know that. Even though some films were good, they didn't perform well, they didn't sell enough. This one, I hope it does, although it has a lot of tasks ahead. First of all, just claiming the throne from Superman. And I know Superman is not performing super well, but it's still difficult to overperform Superman. Like, just think about it. Superman just premiered like 15 days ago, I don't remember well. And now this film appears out of nowhere. There's not a lot of like reviews or people talking about it, not even trailers on TV, at least not what I was seeing before with Marvel. And it's performing super well. Or at least that's what I saw when I saw the film on the premiere. Let's hope it maintains that rhythm. So all in all, I think that we are going to still have some fun going to the movies and watching superhero films. I thought it was over, but yeah, some things just appear out of nowhere. And stay tuned for the full spoiler review and some further videos talking about like the difference between Superman and Fantastic Four, because they do have a lot of similarities and also another set of differences that are very highlighted. So yeah, thank you for watching and hope to see you later. Don't forget to subscribe. See you then.